What's up, everybody? We're now live. Um, we smashed Oklahoma. We're putting together a pretty good set of wins in a row. 7-52. We shot the ball excellently today. Zakai Ziegler, great performance tonight. Um, a lot of points, almost a double double out there. So pretty encouraging stuff. Hey, Josh. What's going on? So I think that obviously we had a good performance also from Chaz Lanier, especially to start the game. He went 3 for 4, and I think in the first half with from three, kind of cooled off a little bit in the second half, but was still able to shoot the ball well. So very encouraging stuff. We're holding teams again now to 50s and 40s now. It really was almost going to be another 40s performance, but late surge from Oklahoma. Josh, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing okay. Just fighting the flu.
Oh, you all right?
Yeah, I'm getting through it.
Okay. All right. Thoughts from this game?
Dude, it was a blowout basically from start to finish. I think at one point in time we were 14 of 16 there in the first half, and Tennessee really didn't look back. The only bad part was we had to stop at halftime because I think that kind of killed some of Tennessee's scoring momentum at the halftime break. But you know, when you look at what Tennessee was able to accomplish today, 70-52 on the road, you know, not much you can really critique as far as um, any negatives other than maybe the turnovers.
Yeah, 19 turnovers today. Usually you can expect that to be lower, um, lower margin of victory when that happens.
Yeah, yeah, man. And Akpara, I mean, I think he played pretty good today. I mean, he was a block machine down low. Can't really complain about that. Uh, you had Chaz Lanier show up today. He was shooting threes. Sakai was shooting threes. I mean, overall, I think this is probably one of our better offensive performances, especially there in the first half.
Mm-hmm. Seems like we've pretty much locked in since the Florida game. I think that was it might be a mini turning point of the season.
I think so. And we have Vanderbilt coming up next Saturday. I don't think we play again until we play Vandy Saturday. So, um, you know, get a little opportunity to exact some retribution on Vandy. Um, you know, kind of how that finished with the loss there with Chaz missing the free throw there at the end. So they got to come to Knoxville, and I think they'll take care of business.
Yeah, we actually have to play Kentucky on Tuesday.
No, that's right. I keep I keep looking for that week that we have no midweek game. The SEC scheduling, man, like
It's after Vandy,
yeah,
so
that's the first time we get one all year is with no midweeker in
yeah,
conference play is after Vandy. That's crazy to me.
yeah. But we get it again. I guess we do get it again. We get it February 25th. We play LSU, and then we get a week to prepare for Bama.
Sure.
So we get it. I guess they backloaded it for us.
Yeah. When
Whatever.
it doesn't even matter. You know what I mean?
You know what? I would almost actually like to prepare a little. Like I wouldn't want it at the end, in the sense
No,
that you got to go play tournaments soon after
absolutely.
that. So a lot of days off in between there. Oh,
Andy,
Andy,
what's up, man? How we doing? Andy, you got us? All right. Welcome in, man. I think we still can't hear you on the mic, but pretty big performance by Tennessee today, man. Just mollywopped Oklahoma on the road. What's your initial thoughts, kind of seeing how Tennessee was able to explode offensively?
Can you hear me?
Yep,
Yeah.
we got you.
All right, cool. Yeah. What a performance. -5. What a joke. No, just hearing the Boomer Sooner. Good times. Reminded me of
It brought back
the
some memories, huh?
yeah. 21st day of September memories. Do you remember? Great. Great performance all around, especially first half. Just nasty shooting. But at the same time, it's how they like pieced all those things together. Rebounding was great. Assist, like finding the open man, just that extra pass. I thought that was great. Obviously, shooting was phenomenal, and defense. Just I remember there was a stretch where they held the Sooners to just block, still block, and I think an offensive foul. So like 4 minutes of just nasty defense. I love to see it, and it's kind of good to see Rick Barnes respond in a way. In the last series of games after we trashed them on this pod after the loss. So
calm down.
Dude, he needed
Yeah,
it at the
on
time.
here.
yeah, he needed us to rip him a new one. Like it's like, all right, like who are these 3 kids to talk shit about me? Like I'm gonna go show, and that's the performance we want to see from a coach, right? Like mid-season, he just sit down with his guys and be like, hey, like, what is our identity? What are we doing? Like, how are we losing to these teams? We're better than that. And then I feel like they're getting it together, which is good. Like you want to see that spark, as we head to February. March is not far away. So it's good to see the team trending in the right direction.
Cool. Yeah. So it seems like we're now 6-4 or 7-4 after this game in the SEC. Still a bunch of teams ahead of us, right? Auburn, Alabama, Florida, Mizzou, Texas A&M. Do you think that matters much, or any disadvantage to being where we are right now in the SEC standings?
Yeah, I don't really think so, man. I honestly think Tennessee's positioned really well right now to make a 1 seed. I think we win Kentucky at Rupp. We win that game, regardless of what happens to Alabama. I think we're pretty much a lock because I don't think there's anybody else on our schedule that's going to be able to beat us.
Yeah, and again, we got Kentucky, Vandy, A&M, LSU, Bama, Ole Miss, and South Carolina left. I see. I kind of agree with you there, Josh. I see maybe one loss there. So
to Alabama, maybe.
Yeah, it depends on which Alabama you get for sure, but it's possible. But good signs. Generally, good signs going on there. I see we got 3 people in viewing. Feel free to leave a comment and talk ball with us. Other games going on in the SEC that are of note. Just
poor South Carolina just getting eviscerated by Kentucky. I think they're now 0-10 in conference play or something like that.
Yep. Texas is up at Vandy. Mizzou, I guess Mizzou, Texas A&M is a decent watch for today. 3-3.
I mean, big game coming up, right?
Yeah, Florida at Auburn.
Florida at Auburn next.
I think that starts tip is 4 o'clock for that game.
4 o'clock. And then kind of to close out the night, Alabama, Arkansas.
And Ole Miss, LSU. That's also a, I don't think LSU is good enough to pull off the upset, but Ole Miss is also ranked. So it's wild seeing so many ranked interconference matchups just from noon to 10 p.m. all the way. There's a ranked SEC game at every slot. It's crazy. It's a gauntlet.
Yeah, let me count up these ranked teams. We got Kentucky, Texas A&M, Mizzou, Florida, Auburn, Mississippi State, Alabama, Ole Miss, and Tennessee. So really eight or nine teams up there. So it is a gauntlet, and honestly, no real clear number one team or number one seed outside of Auburn at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pose the question that Josh asked last time to me, which was, Andrew, would you think that it's better to be like the fourth one seed or the second two seed or the first two seed? Like any advantage there, or what would you think?
I guess depending on where the where the tournament's gonna be played, just seeing how the one seeds sort of they're gonna award the true number one seed with the closest, and it sort of goes on the preference, and then two seed line as well, right? So maybe let's see, where are the final each of the regions this year.
Tennessee's looking like they're going to be the number one seed in the West.
Right, like and do we want that, right? Like I'm not really sure.
And I think that the projection for that is A&M to be the 2 seed in that West bracket.
Okay, so we'll get a preview of them before we maybe eventually play them. So that's interesting. SEC tournament wise, do we want to win it? Do we not care?
Don't care.
Don't care. Don't care really.
Because
right?
here's the thing, man. Like they've showed us, like the NCAA selection committee has shown us, like the SEC tournament doesn't matter. I've barked and
Right.
harped on this ad nauseum on this show, especially last year.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter if you win.
And the year before, right?
Yeah,
And
they've
we won.
already. Yeah, we won it the year before that, and the year I think we lost in Michigan. We should have been a 1 seed.
Yep. But they didn't take the final or the results from the final game into considerations, and
Right.
even though we beat Kentucky and then A&M, didn't matter because the bracket was already set up, right? So
Yep.
Yeah, that's interesting. What do we need to do to beat Kentucky?
Not shoot 1% from the 3-point line. I think that's a safe bet. If we shoot at least 15% from 3, we'll beat them.
Okay, yeah, I would agree with that. I think that we've sort of locked in on defense, and we're getting back to our roots. It's very important in this time of the year, in the sense that you want to be playing your best basketball in the heart of February.
right.
February breeds a good March, and hopefully a good March gets to April. So I would say that we seem to have found our shooting, and it's not just happening at home. Norman seems like a destination for ball fans. You can walk up and no matter what sport you're in. You guys saw it in football. We've now experienced it in basketball. Maybe it's more teams we play like that on the road, the better we'll fare. Obviously, Kentucky is a tougher place to play than Norman, at least basketball wise. So hopefully we can see them get the dub in, was it Lexington, Josh?
Yep. It'll be in Lexington, man. I mean, if you kind of just break down this first half, man, I mean, it was just a clinic. To your point about, overall shooting on the road. I mean, our field goals, we were 18 for 26 and 7 for 12 there for 3-pointers there in the first half. Anytime you come out on the road and you start shooting 70% overall field goal percentage, you're definitely going to win. You look at the assists down there. I think that's what stuck out to me the most. 11-4. I mean, Zakai Ziegler, I think, had 5 or 6 assists within the first 5 minutes in the first half. If you come out strong like that, Rupp is always a tough place to play because obviously you have to combat the referees. But if you can survive that storm of bad officiating and couple that with this type of performance, you're not going to have a problem with Kentucky. And I think they're kind of broken right now. They can't get out of their own way.
Yeah. Well, they're playing the slump buster in South Carolina, so maybe they'll be back.
That's true. That's true.
It's shooting the shit out of the ball right now. I mean, in a game like this, you can't really complain about much. One thing I did see was the turnovers coming out in the second half. They had 11 turnovers in the second half alone.
Yeah, but a lot of that was the screen calls on in the first 5 minutes. I noticed they called like so many of the the screens, and I think it was probably in response to how Tennessee didn't really have a lot of fouls in the first half. I think only like 2 or 3, and then as soon as the second half starts, I think and I think that's a little bit of a home cooking that you just have to kind of like deal with, especially after you play the first clean half. You're up by 20. The home team coach goes to the ref and complains, and then boom, immediately like Tennessee was like almost in the bonus. Like I think they had like 4 fouls within the first 5 minutes, and all of them on offense too, just turnovers, just instantly, like moving screen, a little like a shove, and then with the flop, Oklahoma player. I remember one of the commentators said, that's kind of a maybe sold it, but they're not going to the video review, and everybody should learn from this. Like they shouldn't be reviewing every questionable calls. I was like, okay, I mean, like I get a point in terms of the flow, but like clear flop and whatever. Like at the end of the day, I don't think the turnover number in total really tells the whole story, because like those 4 offensive fouls in the second half, just that's 4 turnovers right there, and that was very questionable. That was clearly just given out as a reward to try to home cook a little bit.
Nice. I think that's all. That's all I got for this game. You guys want to just review again for the crowd your Super Bowl pick?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead, Josh.
Fly Eagles fly, baby. Fly Eagles fly. That's who I want. That's who I want to win. Now who's going to win? Oh, it's the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs, man. The NFL's already told you it's the Chiefs. Get rich off that 1.5 line. Yeah.
Andy?
I don't really have all I'm doing is Super Bowl squares. So let's see some good combinations. I saw that Pat Riley and the Kansas City Chiefs just agreed on a deal. For what it's worth, Pat Riley owns the trademark to the word three-peat. He trademarked it when he was coaching the Lakers when they won back-to-back. They were going for 3, and he was like, "Oh shit, I should own the rights to this." So he owned the trademark. He got paid by the Bulls and the Jordan brand. On the first three-peat. I think he said that back then in like '94, they had to pay him $500K. And obviously that in today's money, how crazy would that be?
Yeah.
And then the second time the Bulls had the three-peat, again, he made a lot of money. And then when the Lakers went for three-peat, he then again made a lot of money. And there hasn't really been, I guess, like a three-peat in like a major sport. I'm sure there's like a lot of, like back-to-back, some kind of championships. But, in like a very profitable, like the 3 major or 4 major sports in North America, we haven't seen it in a while. So
Kobe, Shaq, Lakers, last franchise to do it.
Yeah, so if the Chiefs do it, and reportedly it's like a 1 million plus deal, and it's just the rights to use that in their like gears, like a three-peat KC, whatever. I just feel like that's kind of telling. Like Josh said, they're telling you it's gonna be the Chiefs, but let's see. I just thought that was pretty interesting read that Pat Riley is the one who's gonna profit from it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I had no idea. For me, Chiefs is my lean, but really the bet that I want to blast would be under. Really think that that's going to comes through a lot more in Super Bowls than you think. And we've had a very high scoring postseason so far. So, public might think 47.5. Chiefs might score 47 by themselves, that type of stuff. So,
I think, the closer we get to it, Naveen, I was kind of with you on the under the other night, but I think I'm leaning a little bit more on the over.
they've got you.
They've got
you, dude.
They've got me.
Okay. All right. So we'll see this Sunday. What comes through.
Yeah.
But the sad thing is the Super Bowl is the funeral for the football season, right? So we got to wait a long ass time before we get that weird shaped ball flying through the air. I mean, we will have college basketball and NBA, but yeah. Long
well, for Josh, we saw sort of I guess good news for Josh's kids to go see Dalton play in person nearby. Not too far, right, Charlotte? That's
it's not far, and we're actually moving to Columbia, South Carolina, in a few months, so it'll actually be really close.
Yeah, and
be really close to the city to watch DK play. The unfortunate part is it has to come at the expense of my favorite NBA franchise losing him as a player.
Yeah, and obviously, I feel the same way. But the cool thing is the Hornets are, they're so bad that the tickets are gonna be like really, really, really nice, cheap. I'm sure, like, taking a family to like a sporting event, costs you a lot of money. Like, you try to get some good seats for, you, JD Jackson and Kayla. What is that? Like easily like over, 1,000, 1,500. So, with the Hornets, it'll be cheap. It'll be like, I saw the Hornets at Nets. They're actually coming here Monday. I haven't bought tickets yet because I don't even know if he's gonna be suiting up already. If he does, I'll probably go. You could get in for like $6 plus tax in Brooklyn, so that's like crazy cheap. You could get like a seat right behind the visiting team bench for like $300. So that's making it a lot affordable, which is cool.
Yeah. I mean, something we'll probably do. It's just unfortunate that we all know that the Charlotte Hornets is where NBA careers go to die. So,
do you think he'll start?
I mean, he has to, right? Yeah. Like, who else is gonna start over him? Maybe not like immediately, but like ultimately, because like Brendan Miller's out for a season. Yeah, like I think. I mean that maybe that's where he just gets to play like 36 minutes and just gets to jack up 25 shots a game and get to pump up the scoring average.
Yeah, he's definitely going to start. I think even in like 2K, my kids play 2K a lot. They already have him on there as a starter.
Nice. That's awesome. All right. I think that's all we got for today.
Yeah, not a lot to talk about with a blowout like that.
Yeah. So quick game, quick reaction for you guys. The game ended at 153. I think last week the game ended at like 220 or something. So that just gives you a sign. Nobody's calling timeouts. Nothing's happening.
Yeah, no free throws, no intentional fouling.
They wanted it to be over with.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Big sports weekend, guys. Super Bowl tomorrow night. Enjoy it while football's still here. We'll come at you again Tuesday night after the Kentucky game. Hopefully we can beat the referees But until then,
Rock race.
like, subscribe, comment, let us know, if you like what we're doing or if, want us to go in a different direction, talk about something else. But until then, this is Like Top Sports. Love you guys. See you Tuesday night. Go
Go
Vols.
Vols.